There is an epidemic that we need to talk about. Why is it that men ignore you in person?
We hooked up and he avoided me now for over a week. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. He got what he wanted, and now you'll probably never see him again.
Rejected.
Saying at you like that.
Oh, and he.
Saying at you like that.
Nuh-uh.
Dang, he's good at 5 feet. Girl, he got a whole woman. You better leave him alone.
You better leave him alone. He got a whole wife. He got a whole wife,
She'll
though.
kick your ass.
Yeah. That woman came on here and said, well, I gave him what he wanted and he ghosted me. No, you wanted that too. Y'all just try to put it on the man. Number one. Number two, you have this one up here messing around with a man that's got a wife. If that man was to entertain you, have a little fun with you and go back onto his wife, then you'd be upset saying men are no good. But you were the one who initiated that.
I realized last night that I'm not ready to date because of me. It's me. Hi. I am the problem. It's me. Okay. I went on a date last night and the bill came. So I said, hey, do you want to split it? Do you want to split it? You're an idiot. I didn't want to split it. Why the fuck did I ask? And so he said, yeah, we could split it if that makes you happy. I said, actually, that doesn't make me happy. Splitting the bill makes me happy 0%. I don't want to split it. I don't even know why I asked. I think I was just asking to be nice. He said, okay, totally cool. I can pay for it. I'm happy to pay for it. So I said, oh my God, you know what? Now I feel bad. I'm so sorry. I just offered to split the bill and then retracted that offer and I'm making things weird and uncomfortable. And he's like, no, it's fine. This is a date. You know, I could pay for it. It's fine. And I'm like, no, seriously. And then we're doing this dance going back and forth and I'm putting my card down and he's putting it back and I'm putting it back. And he ended up paying for it. Okay. All this to realize that I just cannot lie. I cannot lie when it comes to my happiness. I won't. You think I got any happiness last night? No.
Now, modern women are going to get on here talking about, I can't seem to find a good man that just wants to go out on a date with me. When y'all are playing games like this, putting something out there, a man says, yeah, sure, if that's what you like. And then you saying, actually, no, I just got the ick off of something that you did. And you're going to blame it on the man.
I have to say I feel sorry for some of you men out there in the dating world because it is 2025. I'm a 38-year-old female and these women out here even confused me. Some women out here putting Jesus in their bio, but then you go look at their stuff and it's nothing but thirst traps, lustful, seductive content. I mean, the modern day woman calls serving your husband oppression, but yet will have no problem going out and serving a male boss and cry that that's empowerment. And real feminine energy is not sexual marketing like the modern day woman might tell you. Y'all are getting seduction and femininity like completely confused. And I've said it before, but a lot of women have this long laundry list of unrealistic criteria that they want in a man, but yet they bring nothing to the table. And we don't talk about that. We tell the women, no, you are a queen. You will be treated as such, but we're not teaching women how to be wives these days. And I would go out on a limb and say that most of the women out in the modern day dating culture do not actually have standards. They have entitlement and accountability, a woman's kryptonite. Some of you ladies are going to die alone, still blaming men for the choices that you made.
I feel like for some of these women, their self-esteem is so low that you have to hype them up every day. Every day. They talk about they want a man with confidence. They don't have the confidence that they're looking for. I need a man to dote all over me. I need him to love all over me and be obsessed with me. Right. Because you're having trouble being obsessed with yourself. You'll notice a lot of these women in their coaching course will say, you need to love yourself before a man can love you. It's healthy to love yourself, but what they're talking about is an obsession. You need to be obsessed with yourself so a man's going to be obsessed with you. That's not healthy at all. That's weird. And because y'all don't have any self-esteem, y'all think y'all got to go over the top and overcompensate. Maybe you should get out there and maybe shake some hands, network, meet some friends. You twiddling your thumbs is not really going to do a lot for you.
Question for you guys. Why Why do you think it's okay to send the D-pic? I don't ask for it. Never will I ask for it. But yet we still want to send it. Why? Why do we send that D-pic? For me, that's the quickest way to be blocked. Out. No, don't want it. I don't want to see it. I don't care what you got down there. I don't even know your last name. Why do I want to see that? So why, man, please tell me why you want to send these pictures all the time?
I'm not sure, and I think a lot of men will say that it's gross and men shouldn't be doing that, right? But I'm assuming that at some point in time, women would say, okay, this type of guy would send this. This person, with the way he's acting, with the way this conversation is going, he's about to do something weird. Number one. Number two, some of this stuff that modern women go through, not specifically this, because this is weird that a man would send that, but some of the stuff that modern women go through, men, it's different, but men have to just suck it up and be like, well, I mean, it's part of the game. That's what y'all are telling men to do, right? Sending, I'm gonna just leave it at maybe we all got some stuff that we got to deal with.
Every single time I see an ambitious, successful, career-driven woman put her dreams on the back burner for a man, it makes me, ow! Ow! Why are you doing that? And I see it happen so often too. You only get one life, and I see them move cities for men. I see them move jobs, turn down opportunities, turn down college degrees. And it's not to say that it's a horrible thing to prioritize love or like a good relationship on top of everything else, but it's like when I see that level of sacrifice, I'm just genuinely thinking to myself, in 50 years, will you regret this decision? In 50 years, looking back, will you think, oh, I made the best decision possible for myself? I've met so many older women who regret turning down so many opportunities because they wanted to chase the idea of love. And even in their 70s, they're like, I wish I had gone to med school. I wish I had gotten a dog and traveled the world and gotten to see so many different places. And it's not necessarily the healthiest to view relationships as like, is this worth my time? But it's also healthy to prioritize yourself within your life because you only really get one and you never know when it could end. For me personally, I would always be stuck envisioning the life that I could have had. I just don't think that I could do it. I don't think I could let it go.
And that's funny because y'all are talking about, once again, prioritizing yourselves, but then you want a man to prioritize you. If a man were to say, well, you know what? I think I'm going to prioritize my happiness. I think I'm going to prioritize myself in the relationship. Y'all would tell that man he's obsessed with himself and he's a narcissist. But then when y'all say stuff like this, y'all expect the man to be okay with it. He's going to be on the back burner.
I'm sorry, but to me, being 45 with no fucking kids and no fucking husband, talking about I'm still trying to find the right one, is not a flex. That is not, baby, you are damaged goods at that point. I know y'all hate when I call y'all that, but time does not fucking play. And y'all want to sit up here and be like, oh, in my 20s, this is my 20s. That is your prime, girl. Get the best. You are going to get the best man you can get in your 20s. I promise you that. After that, you are just the pick of a random ass litter. And you better hope to God that you find somebody, because when I'm telling y'all, it's hard out here. Y'all think it's all fun and games because you're cute now and your tight little waist and all that stuff. That shit gonna be gone, girl.
I mean, I don't think these women are going to hear you, but keep cooking. At a certain age, at a certain point in time, your limelight is dimming. Your time in the sun, it's dimming. You've gotten your 15 seconds or your 15 minutes of fame. Modern women don't seem to realize this.
You know what I mean? Like right now, stop fucking playing around. Disclaimer though, I'm not saying going out here and be a baby mama. No. Do not go out here and have kids in your 20s if you're not married. Do not fucking do that. That is the, girl, you will ruin your fucking life. Do not do that. If you are not married, do not have kids in your 20s. Now, if you're not married and you get pregnant in your 30s, probably best to keep the fucking babies because we don't know when your next opportunity gonna come. But like I said, this is for marriage goals only. Get married in your 20s. And they talking about some, oh, what if you don't like that person? What if you change? You both are going to change. You both will have things you don't like and things you do like, but you just can't leave someone because of one thing you don't like about them.
And that's what's keeping a lot of these modern women out of relationships. Oh, well, he's going to change and I'm going to change. But if you were to change, you expect that man to change and grow with you. How come you can't compromise and do the same thing? Y'all want a man to constantly adjust and adapt his schedule to fit yours. But then when a man changes, when a man's values differ all of a sudden, oh, I guess we just grew apart. Interesting.
You know why some men have multiple women around and women can't even stand to have one man around these days? Because women solve men's problems. They cook, they clean, they get their life organized and together. What do men cause? Men are the problem. Men aren't the solution. Most men are not the solution these days. They are the problem for us. Wait for a man who is the solution to your problems, not your fucking problem. That is a key to life.
What problem are you solving if you say that you're not cooking and cleaning for a man? You haven't solved the problem. You've only added to it. If modern women out here are talking about, I'm not selling for anything, you're going to take me on a $500 dinner, or we're not going to be talking at all. And y'all be chirping and saying all of this stuff, be 35, 40, 45, 50, still talking like you 18 or 19, still talking like you can just pull them. Like men want you for anything, at that age, want you for anything other than to clap. And y'all talking all of this nonsense. A lot of you modern women cause the problems, and you don't realize it yet because you're not taking accountability.
Men, we need you to approach us at the coffee shop, at the gym. Yes, at the gym. Those of us that are single and open to dating, we want you to approach us.
I like this guy, but he just stares and stares and he never speaks to me. I don't want to initiate with him because I want to be feminine. So what should I do?
How much? 300 a month?
No, 300 a day.
Oh, word? Yo, there you go.
So I saw a study that almost half of men aged 18 to 25 have never approached a woman in person. But let me tell you, that was literally the most disheartening statistic as someone who's in that age group and who just deleted all her dating apps because she wants to be someone in real life. I really do not want to hear any more shit about a male loneliness epidemic when half of men my age aren't even attempting to talk to a woman in real life.
I've seen a girl here talk about how men don't approach her, and I want to me too that because they don't approach me either. And I don't really know why. Where I'm from, men will just stare you down, they won't say nothing to you, they'll just look at you, or they'll say stuff as you're walking by, but they won't politely approach you.
And it always seems to happen like that. The lowering of a standard. You saw that first woman talking about, well, men don't really approach us, and we're gonna need you to start approaching us. And then she started listing off some specific places that she told men not to approach. Well, approach us in the gym, approach us at the grocery store. This woman, I never had a man approach me. Another woman said, oh, the male loneliness epidemic. Oh, hey, you guys ain't approaching, and that's why. Oh, a man is staring at me. How can I get him to approach me? Y'all can be nice. Y'all can be approachable. Y'all can start smiling a little bit more. It's that simple. But modern women will sit up here and make these videos like these ladies made, asking the same question, and men continue to give them the answers, but they're not gonna follow it.
Are men so afraid to approach women these days?
Me too.
Well, I think there's obviously the fear of rejection in there too. It's not just me too, right?
Oh, certainly.
Men, there are a lot of insecure men out there that really don't want to face the possibility of rejection, so they will never put themselves out there.
I feel like things are just backwards over here in Australia, you guys. So when I first moved here, not a single guy came up to me at the clubs and hit on me. And I found it a bit weird. I was kind of offended, not gonna lie. Coming from North America, I don't know, I was kind of offended. It was really nice because I could just go out with the girlies, have a good time, you know what I mean? No guys were coming up to me, it was great. Anyways, now I have a boyfriend, and every time my boyfriend and I go out to the clubs, there are 1,000 girls coming up to him and hitting on him, and no guys come up to me at all. And I'm like, is that just how it is here? Do the girls put in the work? Is it just a bit backwards? Because in North America, it's the guys come up to the girls, you know what I mean? I don't know any girls that would go up to a guy, so it just seems a bit backwards. Can someone please explain this to me?
Well, there's not a lot of explanation needed. So when Brian is saying, hey, we're not approaching because of me too. I mean, the woman, she asked, why are men not approaching? Brian immediately says, well, because of me too. Well, it can't be just that. They gotta be insecure. Right on back to the man. It's his issue. I'm not gonna sit up here and argue with you back and forth. I'm just gonna stop approaching you. Oh, it's just a problem with men in America. As we can see right here, she goes over to Australia and they still, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna argue back and forth. I already told you what the problem is, and I'm not gonna be a part of that. And then they get confused. Why don't men approach? Well, I already told you. This stuff that y'all got going on, I don't want to be a part of that.
Hey, excuse me? I saw you walking and I thought you were pretty. I was wondering if I can your Instagram or something.
No. Fuck, you're ugly as shit.
Damn, what's the problem? Hey, excuse me? I just thought you were very...
Absolutely not, no. Absolutely.
Damn, what the hell?
Hey, excuse me?
Yeah.
I saw you guys walking by, and I think you guys are really pretty. Can I get your like Instagram or number or something?
Hey, excuse me. I just thought you were very pretty. Can I have your number?
No, you cannot have my number. Can you get on my face, please?
Oh, damn. Okay. I didn't even do anything to you.
Don't walk up.
Hey, excuse me. I just thought you were very... Damn.
Hey, excuse me. I saw you walking. I think you're really pretty. Can I get your Instagram or your number?
Do you go to California? Hey, excuse me. I just thought you were very pretty. Can I have your number?
Now, I know a lot of this is a joke, or at least I hope it is. I think this is a skit, but this is how men get treated by some of these ladies. These ladies are rude, they're inconsiderate, they don't have any self-awareness to say, how would I feel? No empathy, no sympathy, nothing. They just treat a man like trash if he were to approach.
There's an epidemic. There's an epidemic of men not approaching women at the bar. Let's talk about it. That's good. Thank you. I'm not really quite sure. Men are afraid of being rejected. We are not going to reject. Some girls will. Men are so afraid of being rejected, but I bet you 90% of the women will actually not reject you if you approach them right. And what's the right way? Not coming up to me saying, hi, what's your name? And putting your hand out to shake my hand. Also, like, don't come off too strong. If you're like coming over and saying, you're so beautiful, like I'm immediately like scared. Yeah. Like now I know your intention is you want to date me, even though you don't even know me. Yeah. Or that you want to hook up. That ain't gonna work. Regardless, like I'm going to be nice to you and I'm definitely gonna give you a chance, but like that might not result in like your end goal. I would still not consider that rejection. The best way to approach a girl is approaching her the way that a girl would approach a man. And that is by approaching them as a stranger, just trying to like ask them something, or merging friend groups. You're not coming like solo. It's like a friend thing. I'm literally just looking to like be your friend, see what happens. You overheard what they were talking about and you're like, that's a crazy statement. And now like you're in their conversation. Now your friends are gonna join. Boom, now you're in. If guys were to start approaching girls that way, it would be so much more casual. But it doesn't feel like rejection. No.
I'm convinced for women saying this type of stuff, it's a joke. It has to be a joke. They gotta be trolling. It's gotta be rage bait. For them to say, if you call me beautiful, don't do that, I'm going to be on guard. For them to say, if you go to shake my hand and try to introduce yourself that way, that's not how you do it, is a crazy statement.
I see a lot of women saying that men aren't pursuing them. They're not pursuing them anymore. They don't know what they have to do to get a man to pursue them. But listen, let me tell you something. Dating has changed so much post-metoo era. Men, especially younger generations of men, Gen Z, millennial generations, they are not going to pursue women the same way that they pursued women in the past because they don't want to come off as creepy, weird, whatever. Dating has changed. If you are a woman and you want a man, you are going to have to put some effort in. Yep. They're not going to chase you like they used to. Or not. Especially if you're dating in the Gen Z millennial range. Like, you're going to have to put some work in if you want a man. They're not going to be calling you, showing up to your house with flowers. That's just creepy now.
I'm not even going to say hot take because I know it's not a hot take. What the hell is going on with 2025 dating? My biggest gripe, the men are not approaching. They're not approaching. They're just keeping to themselves. Maybe we'll give you one look, but barely even that. Nobody's fucking approaching. Okay? And I'm going out of my way. I'll have a little smile, fucking feet pointed out. I'm open. I'm ready to accept. Does not work. Does not work. And the dating apps, that's a fuck no for me. That is a fuck no.
There's a lot of men out there that ain't gonna care no more. Like the lady said, in 2025, in this day and age, if y'all want a man, y'all are gonna have to start approaching. Well, I smiled. I did this, which is exactly what she's saying right now. Y'all need to link up so sis can give you some tips on how to get a man to approach you or how to approach a man, because you're not listening. Y'all are still living back in the Stone Ages when men could just approach you and y'all just be comfortable to sit back and, oh, well, I just sit back and reject them. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Men said, no, we're not about to keep on doing that. And like the lady said, y'all gonna have to start doing some work around here. Instead of all this princess talk, all of this, I'm a bad bee, I'm a boss babe, I'm a passenger princess, that's gonna come to a head. We gonna put an end to all that. And now y'all are panicking. Y'all are suffering. Oh shoot, what are we gonna do? Go over there and talk to them. Introduce yourself. You'll be all right.
Do you want to know what it's like dating in 2025? Because I'm about to tell you. This past weekend, I was disappointed by not one, not two, not three, 4 men. 4 men. Friday comes around. This man that I've been talking to, we matched on Raya. He's like, I'm going to be at the bar with some of my friends. It's close to you. Why don't you meet me? So me and my girlfriend have a glass of wine beforehand. I'm waiting for him to text me when they get there. They're an hour late. And I'm like, he knows I'm working tomorrow. He knows I only wanted to have 1 drink, but I'm already drunk at this point. Anyway, we get there. Within the first 10 minutes, he quotes Charlie Kirk. And I'm like, no, this man did not just say that. So anyways, I'm thinking, A, we're gonna have very different viewpoints. B, we're in Canada. C, it's Friday. Like, why are we talking politics right now? And like women's rights. Like, let's just not, okay? I don't wanna have to defend us. Ugh. But I do, because I can't not. So we talk politics for like an hour pretty much. And obviously I'm never gonna see this man again, ever. Like, we just, no.
So the date is over right there. I don't like this man. Within the next hour, the date is done. You should be okay. Oh, I had a really great time. And that's at that point, you should be pulling out your wallet to pay your half and then going on about your business. But for some reason, I don't think that this story stops here.
So he texts me later and he's like, was so lovely meeting you. I really appreciate you. Happy we got the politics out of the way. For the record, I don't believe that men are superior to women. If you have to clarify that, I'm good. We're good. I'm sorry. So I don't text him back. On Sunday night, he sends me like this terrible video that is so misogynist. It's insane. It was from Great Men Society. That's all you really need to know. So I tell him that and I block him because goodbye. And the thing is, I was cooking dinner, thinking about him, thinking, you know what? He did say his friend had a yacht. He was bragging about it like it was his own yacht, but it was his friend's yacht, I figured out. And I was like, you know what? I might just text him back, take one for the team so my girlfriends can get on a boat before summer ends.
So now you're sending mixed signals. Now you're going into trying to use the man when you've made it clear to us that you don't like him. Y'all have different viewpoints. Now you're wondering why men don't communicate effectively, and you're about to communicate ineffectively yourself. But maybe I'm wrong.
But when I checked my phone, I had that, so no. Saturday rolls around. I have a date planned at 8 p.m. by this man who asked me out. Okay, he said 8 p.m. on Saturday. I don't usually plan dates on Saturday because I don't want to waste my time on a man, okay? I don't want to waste my weekend. So, but I really he was beautiful. So I was like, you know what? I'll make an exception for the jawline. So Saturday comes around. He still hasn't told me where we're going. And I'm like, I've seen this movie before. So anyway, he ghosts me. Why bother asking me out, okay? So Sunday rolls around. This man that I used to see when I lived in Toronto texts me. And anyways, so I meet up with him. I won't tell you why I was disappointed, but I was. You can put the pieces together. Wasn't very 50-50, that's all I'm gonna say. Sunday night comes around. I'm like so excited because it's my night to just chill, watch Housewives, cook dinner, maybe Uber Eats, you know, just live my life, smoke a little. Anyway, this man DMs me, okay? He says, I'm an hour away from you. Why don't I come to your neighborhood, take you out for a glass of wine or something? So I'm like, yeah, you know what? This place is open until midnight. I really wanted to have some couch time, but you're in a new city, Catherine. Like, get out there, find your husband. So I start putting my makeup on, okay? I'd already done full skincare, everything. Start putting on my makeup, full foundation, contour. We have concealer going on. He DMs me. And this is after he said, I'll pick you up in half an hour, blah, blah, blah. It's confirmed. And he says, oh my God, sorry, I got my dates mixed up. I have to be up so early tomorrow. So I ghost him, which is warranted. Okay, I'm not a ghoster. sometimes I am, but like when it's warranted, okay? So anyway, I am going on a date tonight with a woman because men just...
You know, all I hear and what a lot of men are probably going to hear is self-absorbed, conceited, lack of accountability on your part. You're out here trying to play the field and use men, and you're upset when men are using you. I mean, my God, you were about to try to use a man that you blocked to get on a yacht and take one for the team for the girls. If y'all want to take one for the team, take money out of your bank account, go rent a yacht, and y'all spend all day without the men. What could be better than that? Y'all have all of the snacks that rent it for however long you can. And just go out there and hang out. Soak up some sun, have a glass of wine, and go back to your house with no men involved. But you don't want to pay for it. You don't want to pay for it. You want to inconvenience a man while talking about a man inconvenience you. Y'all got to get y'all stuff together.
Sitting in a bar in the city waiting for some friends. It's Friday afternoon and I had this thought. Imagine if you were on a date and during that date you had to decide whether or not you were going to lock in and be with that person for 1 year. Like regardless of how the date went. That was the proviso of the date. That you actually have to lock in. Almost like an arranged date. Would you do it? Would you go on a date, a first date, knowing that you had to be with that person for a minimum of 12 months? So you better have had a chat. You better have had a FaceTime call. I think it's an interesting theory. Would you do it?
I mean, at some point in time, these women, you might as well start using this. Would you do it? Instead of going, like the last one, I'm going to go out on a yacht, even though I blocked the man. Y'all need to start thinking a little bit more like this. Do I really actually like this man? Okay, then I'm not going to waste his time, his money, and I'm not going to waste my time.
I'm on my way to my second date. Met this guy on Hinge. He's Irish. Okay, but like, please tell me, where do you meet Australian men to date? Where? Because everyone I know is like Irish, Scottish, or English. He's definitely not my type. Like, I normally wouldn't go for this type of man. He's 6'3", extremely athletic, like the kind of guys that have like a six-pack and things like that. He has a tattoo sleeve on one arm and a tattoo sleeve on the other arm and like a tattoo across the chest. He looks like one of those guys that you see in Bali or something like that. Let's do a quick outfit check. Essentially, I decided to accept the date just because he's my age. So I'm 33 and he's 35. So I feel like I want to date guys.
And he's tall. And you're attracted to him. But of course, you're not going to say that. You know, I can see it already now. You're already full of yourself. And this is already going to go pretty badly.
Who are my age? I don't know, call me crazy, but even though he's not my type, that was basically the only reason why I was like, okay, I'll go on the date, I'll accept. He did offer to pick me up though. He insisted a couple of times. He was like, hey, would you like me to pick you up? That way we both arrive on time. I said no, because I'm scared of people on the internet. So I would rather be late. We were supposed to meet at 6. It's 6:11, 10 minutes behind. Really should have accepted the invitation of strangers off the internet. We're gonna go and have Italian at a little lovely place down my house. And he's coming all the way from Newport. I think that would be like the north of Melbourne or something like that. I have not heard his accent yet, but I need to know, where do people find Australian men? At this stage, I feel I'm being colonized by the Irish. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice colonization. They're very attractive. Like, I give you that. Gonna go across the last street. Let's do the last check. Wish me luck. Oh my god, I have hay fever. And my nose is dripping. Not ideal right now. Bit of date debrief. That was awful. Awful is even a decent answer. This guy, straight up, we go into the place. And when we are about to order, he says like, oh, like I'm not hungry. I'm just feeling awkward because it's the second time this happens to me. It's totally reasonable if you go to a date and you don't like the girl, because I strongly believe that it goes both ways. That's what first dates are for. Ended up ordering 2 entrées and 1 pizza and a drink. And at the end of it, he stands up and he goes to pay. And he asks me, like, hey, would you like another drink? I don't get it. Like, please someone tell me what to do here. I end up accepting the second drink across from the road. The entire time, he barely looks at me. He's always with like an angry face. Long story short, the entire day, he didn't do eye contact with me at all. It felt like he was annoyed and angry to be there, to be honest. It felt a lot like, what time is this over? Then that's okay. Like, I think it's completely valid.
You know, I find that a lot of times modern women will give you their portion of the story. And what I mean by that is obviously they'll say he looked mad, but they won't say maybe they said something during that time that made him kind of like, oh, that's weird. It's kind of a weird thing to say. They won't say anything that they did. They'll just talk about how weird he was. Oh, it's definitely a no. It's this, it's that. But we don't hear about what they were talking about, the things that they were saying, maybe some of the bold claims that they made and some of the off-putting things that they said in the situation.
I don't understand. If you don't like someone, why do you want to keep on being there? And this happens to me a lot. Like, and I can feel that they don't want to be there. At the end of the day, he asked me like, hey, do you need me to like drop you home? And I was like, no, it's okay. I'm just gonna walk. Look, I don't know. I think that I would really appreciate someone going on a date. And I suppose just like seeing you. I think that I want someone that wants to be there, which is different, I suppose. And then this stupid song, Cold Heart, comes on just to make things worse. So asked me a couple of times like, oh, how's the dating going? How many dates have you been to with other men?
And you know, she's crying there at the end because she knows, as most modern women do, she said it. I keep on running into men like this. My time is short, basically. I can't keep on doing this. You got to take some of that. You got to accept some of that responsibility. You got to be accountable. Why do I keep on running into men like this? Oh, I don't know if he's my type, but he's tall. I'm not really that attracted to him, but he's tall and he asked me out. So I figured out why not. And you just wasted your time. It's what you did. Like I said, number one, number two, you might have said something or done something that he's not vibing with.
You shouldn't be concerned about what I'm doing with other men. You should be concerned about what I'm doing with you. I don't know. Like, throughout the date, he kept saying things like, oh, when I take you to X place to do X thing, or like next time we see each other. And I was like, I don't know. I can tell that if you don't want to be there, don't do that to yourself. Just cut the day short and that's it. Like, you don't need to say that you want to do anything and you don't need to lie. I can tell you don't want to be there, because in the entire time, never did he want to, like, not even once do eye contact with me at all. Anyways.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't know if this is his issue. I think this is a self-esteem issue on your part. I think that you need to step back and be like, what am I actually looking for? Why do I keep on running into guys like this? Number one. Number two, I don't even know if this is a bad guy. I think maybe you misread his facial expressions, to be honest with you. Maybe you should have, why are you looking so mean? Do you like me? Oh no, it's not that. I'm just thinking. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be one thing if you've seen somebody from afar off and then you just said, okay, they got RBF, I'm gonna move along. But y'all are on an actual date where you have the opportunity to ask those questions. Why are you looking mad at me? And make it into a joke. Modern women, for as much as they say men need to communicate, they go out there and don't do any of it. You could, instead of crying on the camera, you could have had a little bit more conversation with him. The man is saying, and he hasn't even ghosted you yet that we know of. He hasn't said, okay, I'm not interested. He said, hey, I'm going to take you here. So obviously there's some interest there. Why not try to see what that's about? Why not start you need to loosen up. Number one. Number two, that self-esteem, That's really trying to, if you allow that to keep on going, I think that's going to overtake you, and you're going to run into that same problem during your dating journeys.
Okay, so I dated a single dad for the first time a few months ago. And this is why I will never do it again. So first of all, I am always going to side with the woman. I just am. If she's the mother of your children, she gets a pass on most things because she's probably more stressed out than you could ever think that you could be. Women and mothers carry more of an emotional and physical and any kind of burden that you could possibly imagine. And dads just don't get it. Okay. So off the rip, I'm already like kind of judging you.
Yep. Off the rip, you're acting silly. But let's see what he did that was supposedly wrong.
Which is kind of fucked up, but it just is true. And I discovered this about myself. I didn't know this going into it. I was like trying something new, dating a guy with kids because I'm 30, I'm single, and everyone's like, you have to open your horizons up to guys with kids and divorced guys. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, okay. Like everybody wants to tell me how to date and be single in my 30s. Meanwhile, you never fucking have been single in your 30s, but no problem. I'll go ahead and I'll try to date a single dad. But here's the problem. I am a child of divorce. My mom raised 4 children by herself. I think my mom is the most incredible person on earth. I don't think anybody could have done what she did except other women. And I just think of women, and I think of single moms as like the highest form of like a superhero. Like if I could think of anyone, like anytime I'm struggling, anytime I'm like, life is hard, I'm like, well, you know what? My mom got a divorce, lost her dad, went through 9/11, had a baby. These are all out of order, but this was all within like a 2-year span. Actually, had a baby, 9/11 happened, got a divorce, and then I think her dad died. That's kind of the order of operations there.
So you have a problem with trying to compare everybody to your mother, and you know your mom's circumstance. You don't know that single father's circumstance. So what you're doing is trying to compare him to your mom, which is what a lot of these modern women do. Well, my dad, well, my mom, if my friends, if my dog is, if a random stranger on the street gave me a rose, then you. Comparing these types of situations, that man has an ongoing responsibility to take care of you. And you're saying some random stranger on the street gave you a rose. That man might have spent like $2 on that rose and kept walking. That's $2 versus a lifetime of expenses, a lifetime of them. But y'all don't seem to have the ability to have, okay, this in this situation, this is what happens, and really dissect that. So far, you're looking like the jerk in this situation.
And then she picked herself up every single day, raised us. We had dinner at 5:30 every night. My mom home cooked dinner almost every single night. She went back to school because my mom was a stay-at-home mom, got her master's, and became a teacher. And then got us, because we needed healthcare. So my mom sacrificed everything. Like, I don't know if teaching was like her dream, but it was something that she could do with the degree that she had. She could go back, get her master's, and become a teacher, and we could have healthcare, and we could have a stable financial situation. So in my mind, my mom's the coolest person on earth. Like, anytime my life is hard, I'm like, it could be so much harder. I could have 4 children and have zero help. I love my dad, but my mom did it by herself. My mom is a superhero. Back to married guy. Not married guy. He was not married. He was divorced. Guy with 2 kids. I say married guy because he was married more times than I ever admitted to any of my friends when I was dating him. He was married a lot of times, which was crazy. I don't know what's wrong with me. But that's why I call him married guy. He wasn't married. I would never. I would actually rather jump out of a building than date a married person. Anyway, so I just was judging everything that he did. Like, I'm like waiting for him to like misstep or like go against his ex-wife's wishes with his children. Cause I'm just like, she's the boss. Like, I'm sorry, but she's the boss. Like, she's usually right. That's just how I think. I'm a hairdresser, right? So towards like the end of us dating, we dated for 6 weeks. It wasn't anything crazy. 6 weeks. It moved really quickly. I've learned from this to not move so fast, but we dated for 6 weeks, and I'm being a little generous. It was kind of like 5.5. And like, I wasn't ready to meet his kids, and I was very clear about that. And like towards the end, I was like, all right, like I'm open to meeting your kids, but not yet. Like, it's still not time, but like with all like the things that we had planned, like it seemed like the timeline was going to be something I was comfortable with. So we were talking about possibly like meeting his kids, whatever. One of his kids ended up finding out about me because like my name popped up on his phone. I don't know. And I early on had this conversation. I was like, your kid's experience in this is my number one priority. You got to run everything by me. Like, I have to make sure I'm comfortable, and you have to make sure they're comfortable. Like, I don't want to overstep. I don't want to come in too soon.
So far, you're not a good person, bro. Kudos to your mom, but you're not your mom. You're not a good person. You're trying to make it seem like you're worried about the kids. Not really. Not really. You're going into the situation trying to control everything, trying to have your hands in everything. And I understand the need to be very careful when being introduced to kids. Oh, I didn't admit that this man was married a lot of times. I was embarrassed by that, but I gave him a chance. So let me ask you something. At what point in time were you going to tell your friends, oh yeah, he was married this many times? Because if you're going to go in life, you're going to do life with this man, you're going to have to, it's going to come out. He might be telling the story because he's not ashamed of it. And then, oh, she didn't tell me that you were married. Oh, okay, cool. So you have kids? Yeah, I have kids. I have a little girl and I have a little boy, and I just love them to death. And all of a sudden we got to pull you to the side. You need to give us a 411. And then y'all start going off. Oh, he's not right for you. He's this, he's that. You are really, you're a problem. You are really a problem right now. I'm
like, I have to make sure I'm locked in before I like meet them, like whatever. I'm a hairdresser, and when one of his kids found out about me, he like told them about me, whatever. Like, he elaborated, and he was like, he told them that I was going to cut their hair. And he said it in like a way that he was like promising something fun. Like, yeah, when you meet her, like, she's going to cut your hair. I never said I was going to cut their hair, because if I was a mom, no, let me not even put myself in her shoes. If I was me and my dad growing up was dating a hairdresser, and my dad didn't get permission from my mom, didn't let me in on that, and had a random new woman that you're dating cut my hair, first of all, I would have had raging anxiety, because like my loyalty to my mom was like top tier. Like, one time I thought I was meeting my dad's girlfriend, and I like ran away. Like, I ran out the back door of his house and I ran home. I was like, Mom, Dad's trying to make me meet his girlfriend. Like, I was so loyal to my mom. I did not want to betray her. So I'm just thinking about like being in their shoes. Like, not only that, but being in her shoes. Can you imagine if her kids came home with new haircuts from his new girlfriend? Like, it's so like not thoughtful. And I had this conversation with him, like when I was like breaking up with him, I was just like, I just think that's weird. Like, I think that's bizarre. Like, I don't know why you would promise your kids something like that without asking me. Like, that is insane. You tell kids anything and they're running with it. Like, you can't like say something in passing. Like, young kids, like, they take everything so seriously.
You don't think he was trying to mix what you do well versus what they might need? Oh yeah, this would be a great way. Hey, hi, how are you? Like, you're not good with kids. Let's just say that. You have a lot of work to do. You have a lot of growing to do. You think that you're trying to manage the situation? No. You got some problem.
And I have to say, the way he promised it to them, me and my friends still make fun of it because it's actually like so fucking insane. But he told them that I was going to give them princess haircuts. If anyone's ever met me, the princess haircuts would never come out of my mouth. If I have 4 daughters one day, I would never say to them, let's go get princess haircuts. I would never. Like, that's not me. So, like, for him to say, it was just, like, so bizarre. I was like, princess, where the fuck did you get that from? And, like, it was just bizarre. But I'm just like, this is what I've discovered dating this guy. And, like, dating in my 30s, I'm learning a lot about myself and, like, what I want. And I kind of, like, make a decision pretty quickly. Because, like, if it's a red flag or if it's, like, something that's, like, really goes against my morals or, like, I know long-term I don't want to deal with, like, I pretty much just, like, cut it off right away. But with this guy, like, I've learned that, like, I fully judge people's parenting. Not people's parenting. Single dad's parenting.
He has little girls. That's how you speak to little girls. That's exactly how you speak to them. That's what you say. Little girls want to feel like a princess. Are you insane? Are you a psychopath? Jesus.
Mom's not there. I really do. I can't help it. It's probably because I'm a child of divorce and my mom raised me. Because I've discovered this about myself, I will not, like, do that, like, subject someone else to, like, my judgment, because I really, like, I can't do it. Like, I can't. And it was such an interesting 6 weeks or 5.5, whatever. I was just so blown away by, like, the lack of awareness, and, like, it just showed me, like, how much people really don't listen. And, like, you really can't, I don't know if I'm just, like, I was paying more attention or what, but, like, I really was like, oh, I know exactly why you got divorced. Like, I don't know. I'm too judgmental. Let's just say that. I'm going to leave it at that. Like, I've discovered about myself, I'm way too judgmental on single dads if I'm dating them. If I'm not, like, I'm not even going to look in your direction. I don't care about you. But, like, I just can't. Dating in your 30s is really fucking weird.
You got a lot of problems, man. You've made this whole thing with your mom your personality, and you really don't need to be dating. You really need to fix that. If I'm being quite honest with you, you're a loser right now. You can fix that. You can come up out of that. But from the story that you just told, you have a very loser mentality. Wow.